Yeah. Hi, Sean. Welcome to Heart to Heart. Welcome, everybody. And this is our 11th episode. So I know Sean from last 2 years, maybe. We
Yeah,
always,
something like that.
we meet once, I think, with any workshop, as I recall. Yeah. So we are all connected. Doesn't matter. So, Sean, it's your call, and you can start sharing whatever you feel like about you.
Well, first of all, Maitri, thank you for having me on Heart to Heart. It's an honor and a privilege. And I know we were talking before you hit record, and we were looking at so many different angles of
Yeah. Yeah.
life and business and everything. So I'm excited to have this conversation. And I'm looking for my notes, sorry. So I'm Shawn Michael, and I go by the title The Identity Disruptor,
Uh-huh. Oh, okay, now
which always raises curiosity.
it is.
But in simple terms, I'm an identity coach for leaders and founders, entrepreneurs, and other coaches
Mm,
who have externally, everything looks like they're winning, right? They might have a great client base, the income level they want, the vacations, whatever success looks like for them. But inside, they might be questioning, like, is this it? Like, what am I
mm,
doing this for? The other thing is they're starting to realize there's a gap between what they know and what
mm,
they see themselves doing.
mhm,
And I find that that's because we hold on to an old identity that served us and got us to where we are today, but it quietly becomes our container, and we can't jump. We
mm,
from that position, we can't jump into our next
mm,
chapter, our next level. So I work with clients to help them move out of that old container, release that old
mm,
identity. So it's not driving anymore,
mhm,
and step into who they're becoming.
mhm. Wow.
The the real version. As I say
Mm,
on my podcast, I say stop performing,
mm.
start becoming.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, you are working with the corporates, right? And
Not corporate per se, like startup founders,
okay.
individuals in the, leadership roles,
Mm,
coaches, entrepreneurs,
mm,
solo, as we say today, solopreneurs, people
yeah.
who are they're marketing and the CEO and everything.
Mm, okay. So it's just coming to my mind that uh, any experience you'd like to share that when you are going to start your work with them individual, anything is interesting regarding their belief system, if you'd like to throw some light. I
So,
mean, I'm talking about breaking the ice and how it is challenging for you.
yes. Well, obviously, when I first begin with
Hmm,
a client,
hmm,
I've got to get to know about them. Like, what are their beliefs? Where are they operating from today?
hmm,
And where are they trying to go?
hmm,
Where have they been trying to get to? And something's prevented them.
hmm,
And they're not able, like, if you ask them, like, what stops you? They haven't thought about it. They can't articulate it. They just know, like, I want this and I'm
Mm,
doing that. I hear it all the time, Maitri. I'm trying. And I'm like, I think of Yoda in Star Wars, right? Do or do not. There is no try. But the basis that I start from, I call it my identity mirror.
mhm,
And I have some really simple questions. And I ask people to not to answer, like, we have a habit of when someone asks a question, we have our fast answer,
mhm,
right? That's coming from intellect.
mm,
But I ask people, slow down, sit with the question, and let the your core answer from the
mm.
heart, from your other brains, right? Science has proven
Yeah,
we have three brains,
true.
the one in our head, the one in our heart, and the one in
Okay.
our gut. And questions look like, how would you describe who you are right now?
Mhm,
Not your title or background, who you're being at this point in your life.
mm,
Another question is, what feels unfinished, unresolved, or quietly crying out for your attention? Right? They're deep, they're meant to 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 get us digging deep into our lives, ourselves, so that I can get an accurate understanding of where
mm,
someone is right now. And then the later questions are, where are you trying to go? Where do you want to go?
mm,
And one of my favorite questions, it's not on the identity mirror, is this one. If I could wave a magic wand right now and everything in your life would be exactly as you desire it, what would that look like? And unfortunately, so many times I find people are like, I don't know.
Sting.
And
Y-
I've been there. If you asked me
Yeah.
several years ago, what do you want to, where do you want, what did you want your life to look like? I couldn't answer it.
Even I don't know.
It's a worthwhile to ask yourself,
Yeah.
right? If you have a person, a mentor, a dear friend, a coach that you can sit with that will hold the space while you look at that, it's extremely powerful. But it's something you can do alone in your quiet time is just go, if I
Mm,
could magically wake up tomorrow and have exactly the life I want, what would it look like?
so
And the
powerful.
more detail and the more specific we get, the better.
Hmm. Difficult. Because I think somehow we haven't learned to reflect since childhood, isn't it? Like what we are doing, reflection is not always
Right.
there.
It's something that's been lost. I'll say lost. There's some external aspects about
Mm,
that we hear from the adults in our life when we're young,
mm,
our own understanding of the world and things, and so we tend to have shut that off. We've lost that side of, and this was really made apparent to me over the last few years, Maitri. Like, this is not something I've been working on for 2017. After 25 years of marriage, my wife got pregnant. total miracle because everything we had done before that didn't work. And so now I have an 8-year old, almost 9, little boy. And me and my wife are doing everything we can to keep those sparks alive,
Mm,
the creativity, the imagination, the looking at our lives and visioning like what do I want to have? What does life look like in the future for me? What do I want? And he says he wants to be a paleontologist
oh,
and work at Pizza Hut
okay,
because he
good,
loves Pizza Hut.
sweet. Okay, paleontologist. So, how, is there maybe some journey that he started thinking about, he started liking about?
It started when he was about 3 years old.
Oh, okay, that's what.
And he
Mm.
said, at the time, he didn't know the word
Yeah,
paleontologist.
yeah, obviously.
He said, I want to be a dino fossiler.
Oh, okay.
We're like, okay. And he was 3. So at 3, you're like, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
because a lot of kids, they say they want to do one job at 3 and it changes at 4 and maybe it's different at
obviously.
6. That's the journey, right? Is
Yeah.
figuring out like what is it?
Mm,
Not this kid. Since age 3, it's still so right now he's kind of like he's looking at like maybe archaeology, which is very similar.
mm.
And because we live in Guatemala,
Ah, okay.
we have so
Wow.
many archaeological
Yeah.
opportunities.
Wow.
So he's like, well, maybe archaeology, but he's still holding on to paleontology.
Mm. I'm related to it because my husband, he started his career as a geologist. So these terminologies are always with that, with the stones. And
Yes.
one best culture I've seen that whatever the occasions doesn't matter, they're exchanging stones to each other. They're gifting stones to each other. So our house is full of stones,
Full of stones.
shapes, and I can't show you right now, but I will be sharing the pictures with you. So maybe future paleontologist, maybe he can get something, because the fossils are there. So I can share those things.
Yes.
So yeah,
Well,
it's a
and
wonderful.
he's done the because today they have all these STEM learning
Yeah.
kits, and like he did one recently. It had a block of almost like plaster, but
Mm-hmm.
more like sand,
Mm-hmm.
and he had to break it to get the bones out.
Bones. Oh, so
And
sweet.
then the bones were he was able to assemble the bones into the
Mm.
full skeleton.
Mm.
And then there were some other projects like casting dinosaurs in
Mm.
plaster and then painting them.
Wow. Wow.
So
Mm.
yeah,
So
it's a wonderful
yeah.
time for kids today.
Yeah.
When I was younger, we dug in the yard and found things. Old Hot Wheels or something, somebody left in the backyard.
Yeah. Yeah. About kids, I'm just remembering that uh, we were not so smart, right? The kids are, and plus technology. So it's a brilliant combo, you know. Uh, talking about something, I need to check myself what I'm going to share. Is it going to be okay or not? Yeah. So, Oh, it's a simple question. How is life for you right now? It's a heart to
Life
heart
is,
connection.
yeah, life is good. Um, we recently moved to a new house
Oh,
and
okay.
neighborhood, and it was a perfect move
Great.
because we have a community. We've gotten to know some of the neighbors
Mm,
and building relationships. We've been here just over a month, and my son loves it because it's there's a park at the middle,
mhm,
and then there's five sections of houses that all branch off from
mm,
that park. So you've got
okay.
five clusters of houses. Everybody goes to this park to play.
Mm, mm,
So I think almost every day he goes to the park and he's
okay.
gone for several hours and he comes back and he's like, "Oh, I saw such and I saw such and such and I met a new friend." And what
Mm,
I love, because he's homeschooled, his friends might be in his peer group.
mm,
They might be younger than him, they might be older
mm,
than him.
mm.
He'll come back and he says, "I made a new adult friend. She was walking the baby, she was
Okay,
taking a baby around the park, or she was
okay,
walking her." And he has his canine friends too,
okay,
his
okay.
dog friends.
Cool, cool.
So yeah, life
This,
is good. Yeah. As I told you before we recorded, I've been
mm,
busy because I've been making a lot of live
mm,
appearances. Um, because I've been writing a book myself, a solo project, and I'm also part of an anthology called Men, Money, and Mental Health.
mhm,
And I believe it's nine authors. We're all sharing a chapter with our story and with the goal of breaking some of the stigmas
mm,
that men carry in life, some of the misguided beliefs.
mm.
For example, that
Yeah,
that
I was about to
strength
ask
is
you that.
never, a lot of men, we grow up thinking that in order to be a strong man, I just need to get it done. Don't
Mm,
ask for help. Just push through it, hold the pain in. And so all the authors, we're looking to break the stigmas around that, that asking for help is actually strength, not a lack of strength.
weakness. Yeah, true, true.
Between
Hmm.
that and I didn't mention this at the beginning, but I've kind of accidentally become a startup founder at the same time.
Hmm. Hmm.
I briefly mentioned it, Maitri.
Yeah,
So
okay.
in my work with clients,
Hmm.
I had taken my notes from calls about specific challenges they were facing, or whether it's from behavior or somatic feelings, because I'm very holistic about, it's mind, body, spirit, it all works together.
Hmm.
And I created these short messages that I manually sent to my clients. And I heard so many comments. They're like, "Oh, that's exactly what I needed today.
Hmm.
Wow, it's like you knew exactly what to send me."
Hmm.
And it was a lot of work to manually remember to take my messaging app and send the message. And so I was like, "I'm sorry it's late." And they're like, "Hey, I'm grateful for it. If you get it, you get it. I'm excited when they come, but if they don't, I understand."
Hmm.
So what I did is I brought the other side of me, which is technology.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very good at technology. I understand programming
Oh, I'm
and
not aware of
systems
it. We never
systems
talked.
architecture.
Okay.
And so I brought my coaching and psychology work and the technology piece. I brought my two worlds together to create an infrastructure that supports coaches so coaches can get in the system,
Hmm.
they can register their clients, and then the client can pick up their SMS tool of choice or
Oh, okay.
WhatsApp
Okay.
in the middle of the week when they're facing a challenge or they have a win, whatever, it doesn't matter. They can reach out,
Hmm.
and there's an agent that will listen. It will listen, it reflects, and it asks more questions like a
Hmm.
coach. It's
Hmm.
trained on active listening techniques. It
Okay.
never advises. It doesn't say, well, you should do this or you should, it does none of that. It acts
Hmm.
like a coach. It listens, reflects, asks further questions. Meanwhile, there's another agent that's actually reviewing the conversation, looking
Wow.
for certain linguistic markers that a coach can recognize and say, "Oh, wow, they're having a challenge or
Hmm.
they're stuck in their beliefs or something like that." Then the next agent actually generates those little nudges I talked about and sends it back to the
Hmm.
client based on the conversations and any input the coach has given it. So it will custom tailor a message to them with a quick 5 to 10 minute experiment they can do on their way to work or whatever.
Ah.
And then the final agent actually creates a report
Hmm.
that goes to the coach. So before the next call, the coach can look at the report and say, okay, I know exactly where to start. Instead of having to spend 15 to 20 minutes of every call catching up, like, hey, what's going on? What have you been up to? Where are you facing difficulties? The coach already knows, so they can get to work quicker. They can get deeper into the work that they're working through.
Loving it.
All of this, all of this to support the coach,
Hmm.
not replace the coach. The human coach is the tool.
Yeah.
This is the augment. This is the wingman or wingwoman.
Wow. So, how to get it? Like, is it an app or something?
It's not an app. Right now, I'm in validation phase. So I'm having conversations with coaches to
Okay.
talk about how they support clients between sessions today, how they
Hmm.
track a client's growth
Hmm.
as they're working together. So the easiest way is if someone's interested, I only have 4 slots, 3 slots. I have 3 slots left for
Okay.
my initial pilot of 5 coaches
Okay.
who will be able, after a conversation with me, if we both decide it's a good fit, I will bring them on, install their language, their frameworks and methodologies into the
Mm-hmm.
system so that when their clients chat with the agent, it's them, not me.
Yeah.
And it's
Customize.
not and it's not a generic chatbot.
Hmm. Wow.
It's a custom system that talks to the clients the way their coach talks.
Wow.
So the easiest way is my website,
Hmm.
getidentitydriven.com.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is click the button. It'll ask some questions and it will give us the opportunity to schedule a time and have a conversation.
Okay. Okay. So send me the link. I will mention below. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
I
never
owe you
heard
a few
about this.
links.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow,
and
this
and
is
in all my research,
hmm.
because there's a AI and coaching is a big discussion today, right? Because AI is a discussion everywhere. AI in business, AI in personal life, AI in coaching, it's
Hmm.
everywhere. And I've seen a lot of tools that will help a coach manage the practice, right? Accountability, scheduling, all of that, email systems. I've seen other AIs where the coach has cloned themselves into a chatbot,
Hmm.
but I have not found much of anything in the way that what I built, where it actually works the way that I built it.
So interesting. I'm just thinking. It's processing rather.
I understand. That's actually when I work with people in my tree, that's actually like I get excited when the client just because I know they're processing. I'm like, okay, they're processing it. I
Yeah.
understand.
And if something is new like that, definitely brain will start processing. Yeah. Wow. So I'd like to ask you that, as you said, your website is there to get access, right? I mean, though it's in not final yet, but slowly, if somebody is looking for to avail that opportunity, then is there anything you'd like to share that how to, as a coach, how to avail that?
So at this point, like I said, I'm working to get my
Hmm.
first five coaches
Hmm.
installed in the system,
Hmm.
and those five coaches will actually help shape
Okay.
the later options, right? This is
Hmm.
the beta phase, as we say, right? They're going to help shape it. They're going to help me make it better.
Hmm.
But whether someone's interested in getting in the beta phase or if they just want to keep it top of mind, they
Hmm.
can go ahead and fill out the form. There's no obligation. They can also find me on social media like LinkedIn.
Hmm.
I'll give you the link to share, but it's really easy. It's shawnmichael.link,
Okay.
and that actually has links to my all my social accounts, my podcast website, etc. So it's like my online business card.
Yeah.
So feel free to
Okay.
reach out, and if someone had questions like, "Oh, I want to know more about this thing."
Yeah.
I'm not in a position to use it right now, but I want to know more.
Mm,
It's interesting. It's
mm,
intriguing.
mm,
Or if they want to know more about, you know, this identity thing that I'm talking about and
mm,
how we disrupt current identities, that's how I got my name, and help people transition into the new identity. Like I would even say their true identity. I say transition, but it's more of an uncovering,
right.
right? We're not learning new. It's not about adding more. It's about taking away
Mm,
and getting back to our core being, our higher self, the gifts that we were given at our birth, or that,
mm.
the things that we've developed in our experience
Now I'm
that
getting
maybe
more
we,
interested.
maybe we've been afraid
Yeah.
to step into that.
Mm. And
And
what could be the,
that's part of why I do that is because I didn't have that luxury. I lived in an identity that I wasn't really living. in the purest sense. And I imploded it.
Mm.
I made choices that just brought everything down. The house fell in and I
Mm.
let it because, and I was talking to one of my guests recently. Interesting story. 16 years old, he signed a music contract, touring the country, singing in front of audiences, like the dream. Like so many people had that dream, right?
Yeah.
Be famous, make lots of
Yeah.
money, travel the world. He lived it. And he said one day he's standing in front of us, a wall of trophies over 3 meters, of about 7 feet tall. And he looked at it and he's like, why? Why? What is this all for?
Mm.
And I've seen it again and again. Often, so many people I've seen, they're running in the wrong identity.
Mm.
And often something happens that kind of takes that identity away.
Mm.
And then they're left picking up pieces, right? Like a founder who built a very successful shoe company was taken out of the company and didn't know if it was worth staying on the earth. I'll just say that. Another founder built a successful, another kind of shoe company, sold it, made millions of dollars, and fell into a deep depression. And today he's traveling the world sharing a message that each of us is enough, because that was what he discovered, is that he was chasing this feeling of not being enough.
Mm.
And so that's the core of my message, is that you are enough.
True.
I am enough. Exactly however we are.
It's so deep. It's so deep. Yeah, whoever is felt that, like, as we are connected and we are discussing, and it's very difficult sometimes to make people understand. Maybe they're in a suffering zone, but it's very difficult to make them realize that they're more than enough.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the main challenge for the coaches.
And here's a part of my own story, Maitri.
Mhm.
So I bounced through life
Mm.
from job to job to job. And honestly, I was good at all of them.
Mm.
Like I did them well. But, after some time, I was like, I hate this. I don't like
Mm.
this. This isn't what I want. I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Mm.
And then after I moved out of the US and I moved to Guatemala, where I live today, and my savings, I had taken a year of not working. My savings, my investments were half gone.
Mm.
And I said, I have to start generating an income, because this money is going to run out if I don't.
Mm.
So I started on online business. I used my tech skills to consult with business owners, like how to add a web page for this new product they're launching, or
Mm.
how to connect their email software so that they could capture emails and send mails to potential clients. I was good at it and I didn't like it, but it paid the bills.
Yeah,
And then I took a little course in neurolinguistic
programming.
coaching. Yeah, it
Coaching.
was a neuro-linguistic programming in a coaching context. Like it wasn't a full neuro-linguistic training. It was
Mm,
neuro neuro neuro-linguistic programming ideas and understanding in a
mm,
coaching
mm,
environment. And poof, the light went off. It's like, oh, I've been doing this my whole life, but now I've actually can learn some tools to do this. And then I signed up for a program called Robbins Madonna's Training Institute,
mm,
which is Tony Robbins techniques alongside Chloe Madonna's, who spent
mm,
decades in strategic family therapy. And the woman is brilliant. That's all I can say. She's about 1.2 or like she's not very tall. She's a
see?
woman of very short stature, but she's a powerhouse and she's brilliant. Like what she teaches, the way she teaches, and she's changed so many lives.
Mm,
She changed mine. So I'm building that. Like I'm still doing the tech side. I'm looking at building my coaching business. And then two things happened to me. One, all the tech clients finished their terms, can't the last one canceled, so income disappeared. And at the same time, we discovered my wife was 9 weeks pregnant.
mm, mm,
And I turned on the old way of I'm a husband, now I'm a father, I'm a man, I need to buckle down and do the hard thing and take care of my family.
mm.
Coaching, go away. I can't do it. I need something. And for and then imposter thoughts. Who's listening to me? I heard the voice.
Yeah.
Nobody's listening to you. What are you talking? And in spite of my evidence, like people came to me, they're like, Shawn, that thing you shared on that live chat, wow, it changed me. Like it changed my whole life. It changed my whole perspective. In spite of the evidence, I'm going, nobody's listening to me. Nobody cares. Blah, blah, blah. So I quit on
Mm,
coaching, 8 years
mm,
or 7 years. So when my son was turning 7,
mm,
the voice in my heart whispered,
mm,
what happened to your dream?
mm.
It's still here. And I listened and I went back and I finished my training and I started doing the work on myself and on growing my knowledge and working with people and getting visible. And my wife, a few months into the journey, that part of the journey, she said, I'm not letting you quit this time. I said, thank you, but I have no intention of quitting this time. I will pivot, I will adapt, but I will use what I call my pit bull mindset to pursue my dream, whatever it takes.
This is actually heart to heart. I was looking for that we can talk openly. And you don't know. While sharing your journey, you are changing many lives. That's what means heart to heart. While listening to you, it's already getting into the process brain. Because everybody talks very artificial talk, and everybody is talking that everything will get sorted out, but how no one is saying how. You're talking about how. And your journey is reflection of wow. I was getting goosebumps when you were sharing that coaching. Yeah. Wow. How?
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
go ahead, because I got to look something up so I don't have the response. But go ahead and ask your question.
Um, no, what I was thinking that, okay, no, no. I was thinking that we are not connected in LinkedIn. I will send you an invitation so that
Yes.
I can
So
share.
yeah, I was going to. I'm trying to pull up my chapter. I can't share a lot, but I was going to share a small excerpt
Hmm,
that aligns with what I was just
hmm,
sharing. Um, that totally came to my mind.
hmm,
And where is it? Yes, you're right. There is so much noise out there. Like, just follow my process. And when we look deeper, they've had success. Sure, and maybe they had a great training, but did they have the experience? And, one of the parts in the chapter in Men, Money, and Mental Health is I talk about the middle part.
hmm,
We so often hear, like, I was $100,000 in debt and blah, blah. I was going to be homeless, or I was living in my car. And now I'm successful and I'm doing da 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 da. Okay, but what happened in the middle? Because in my experience, what I experienced, the middle is the hard part, and it's where we give up,
you're right.
right? It's where we say, oh, maybe I'm on the wrong path. I should just change.
Hmm,
Maybe I'm not cut out for this. So that's one thing I shared in the book is that, the messy middle,
hmm,
especially for men, because that's where we lose heart.
hmm.
Um, let's see, where is that? Because in a nutshell, I'm looking because I want to use this specific part. Because basically what I said was, I'm not coaching, I'm not teaching from, I have a PhD in behavioral psychology, and I'm not discounting that. The things I've been through in my life allows me to sit across from someone and understand what they're facing and what they've gone through at a deeper level.
Hmm,
And sometimes I can say, I understand what you're feeling because I've been there, I've felt it.
hmm.
And I think that's a very different place is when we can talk to someone and they get us. As you said, it's heart to heart.
I I was not aware of this, Sean. I just saw you very calm and less talking, if required, then, but so much wisdom to learn from you, and I'm learning, and I will be growing like this. And definitely, we are keep doing this podcast so that we both can learn. And from your talk, definitely. if, as a woman, if I can connect, it's very easy for men to connect, because who is going to ask about
That's the
their
goal.
struggle? Mm.
And I've seen that, Maitri. Like my target is men
Mm.
because as a man, I can stand alongside another man and I understand from internal perspective, not from training,
Mm.
the way he thinks, the burdens that he carries. I understand women very well. You know, my wife and I are very close, and I understand more about women and biological and psychological than most people even care to know. But I'm not a woman.
Mm.
So I have a handicap automatically, right? I cannot fully at the depth understand what it's like to be a woman.
Mm.
So although my target is to work with men, when I published my first guided journal called Stronger Every Day, I've had several women, they're like, I carry this book with me everywhere. And when I'm facing a tough time, like I remember this chapter and this journal exercise you had me do. And on my podcast, the highest portion of my audience is middle-aged women. And the whole time I'm going, okay.
The struggle is for everybody. So whoever is taking, that is required. What is
Right.
required, yes. But yeah, I can. First time I'm talking to a person who is thinking about men, because uh, many clients are there for me also who are men, and I try to understand, and I think I do to some extent. But millions of people are there who are struggling, and they're men, and still their belief
Men who
system.
are struggling, yeah, often in silence.
Yes,
From the outside, everything seems okay to anybody who's not
perfect.
in in the circle, right? Like that's the beauty of certain communities where men can get honest with themselves and with other people, or with a
Mm.
coach or a therapist or someone who creates
Mm.
and holds that space where they can be real and they can exercise what I call raw authenticity,
Mm.
right? I melded raw and authenticity. So I call it raw authenticity
Authenticity. Mm.
because that's how we
Those,
grow as humans,
yeah.
right? Is we get honest with ourselves and we get honest with at least one other human being and things change.
Mm. May not be 100% we can try to bring some peace, but at least 80% we can try. I mean, as a coach, as you're trying, maybe 90% you can bring some relief to their thought patterns at least. Because I know personally many, and I know many people. Um, I would not share right now, but I will share. So, mostly, who are the most in a painful zone? Do you know, Sean? Medical industry.
Yeah,
Those are the
they're
doctors.
under a lot of pressure and stress.
First pressure would
Medic,
be doctor, and then bring
yeah,
a doctor. And then the family commitments, and then the maintaining balance. And same for the
Right.
engineers too.
And I would also say mid-tier management.
Yeah.
I was doing research for a future book,
Hmm.
or no, for my leadership book that is partially released because I'm actually releasing it. Instead
Hmm.
of releasing it as like the completed book, I've released it. Here's the first 8 chapters I've written, and I will add to those as I get it written.
Wow.
But one statistic I saw, and I think the statistic was mostly United States, they said over 70% of people leave a job because of the manager, the person they report to.
Hmm.
And when they surveyed people about taking management positions, over 80% said, nope, don't want it. Don't give me that
Hmm.
position. And why? Because higher tier, has demands like meeting quotas and KPIs and pressure, 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 and no support.
Hmm.
And so the research said the majority of people don't want that position because they know it's a sure path to burnout.
True. I do agree. It's everywhere.
Yeah,
It's very common. It's everywhere. And there are two sides of pressure in between, and in between, not only burnout, but you have to perform, you have to show.
right.
Yeah, that's the most challenging part. No one is
And
considerate.
when yeah, and when we're performing from a misaligned position,
Mm,
as I said, when we're working in something that isn't aligned with our values and
mm,
our
nothing.
interests, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's a job,
yeah.
right? It's like it's my income source, and I've talked to so many, they're like, well, I have to do that. And I'm like, really? Who says? Like when we actually explore it, it's always external. It's like and I'm not telling people to go quit your job. I had a discussion with somebody on this yesterday, but I love the way Dale Carnegie says it. He says, if you're happy with the current state of your life, don't change anything. Why? But if you're not, why not experiment?
Mm,
Right? Start a side gig, right? For example, someone like you, because we were talking about your photography. And I resonated with that because that's a side thing for me that I enjoy. I haven't
mm.
touched it since I left the country, but I did it a lot. I have thousands of dollars of cameras sitting up there collecting dust right now.
Start doing.
But, if someone loved photography, share your best shots in a contest
Mm,
or with these stock image sites.
mm,
Right? There's so many ways you could share your love of photography and turn it into
mm.
something that could become your career. I did some wedding gigs, wedding and birthday party gigs for a
Oh,
while in the
okay.
US. Not necessarily the thing I loved to do. Like it was beautiful and the shots were amazing, but some of the pressure was I didn't want.
Mm,
Perfect example. It was my friend got me the gig. He was doing videography and he's like, I need a photographer. Can you do it? I said, sure. It was a birthday party for a 1 year old, Maitri. A 1 year old. And the client complained because, like you said, I spend a lot of time on composition. I don't just rapid fire with the shutter. Like I angles and lighting and expressions, I look at all of it. I'm a creator, not a button pusher. And they're like, we thought we were going to get like 1,000 images to search through. I'm like, sorry, that's not the photography. I'm not that guy. I will give
Mm,
you 200 shots that are print ready
yeah.
or near print ready from delivery. Because I saw my mother-in-law's wedding photography, and some of the shots, it's like they photoshopped it so much. It was
Mm,
horrible. It was horrible. And I'm like you, I want to catch a perspective of something in a different way.
yeah.
Maybe it's a shot that hundreds of people have taken, but I want to get it from all of that to say, if you have a hobby, you have an interest, look at it from a different angle. Don't think of it
Mm,
as just that's my hobby. That's a
yeah.
it's a signal, right? It's all signals.
Mm,
Look into it. Look at it from a new perspective. Talk to somebody about it because maybe they can say, "Hey, have you ever thought of doing this? You could earn money doing that." And then you can get out of that
mm.
soul destroying destroying work.
Oh, so many things to discuss. We are touching many things, but I think we should keep going like this. Time, we know that this is the time we can do this. Yeah.
Right.
So
The
I will
only
not
time the only time is now, right?
now. Yeah. Yeah. And we are having really a wonderful, deep discussion about so many aspects of our journey. It's so important to discuss, reflect, because I know we are doing it in a slow pace. That is what
Hmm.
requires. Mm. So, Sean, I will not take much time. Um, I can ask you that if you'd like to share any message to this world that can help many, support many.
Well, I go back to what we said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You are already enough,
Mm, wow.
and your magic is already inside you. It might just be buried under old beliefs, old
Mm,
identities, etc. And I want to share part of a quote that I love. You've probably heard it. I won't read the whole thing, but it aligns with what you were saying. It's by Marianne Williamson.
mm, mm.
You probably already know this
No,
one,
no, it's fine. Please go ahead.
right? Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate.
Mm,
Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? And then later on, this is the part that really clicked with something you shared. When we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our very presence liberates others.
And this is happening right now. Thank you is just a small word, but still, how to express?
I receive it with all of its encapsulated that I like you said, you don't see it in the word, but I feel it in your heart.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining and allowing me to do this podcast with you. I'm sure. I mean, yeah, today is a hectic day. It was right now it's almost 10:30 p.m., but still I'm holding that energy because the discussion you started with and because I love deep discussion. I'm not very okay with the surface level kind. You know, let it go and, everything will happen. No, I'm sorry. So I thoroughly enjoyed and I was just engrossed so much. So thank you so much for joining today. Yeah. Hopefully, we will be doing another podcast with some more specific topic and let me know when we can do
All
that.
right. And
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you again for inviting me to be on your podcast.
My pleasure.
And I extend the same invitation to you.
Thank you.
Let's book a time to get you on my show, Daily
It's an
Power
honor.
Boost, Beyond the Boost.
It's an honor for me. Anytime, let me know.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So we are ending happily for today,
Yes.
and I'm just going to hit the button stop and I'm coming back to you.